I want to highlight here today our core values, which the team late last year came together to decide on with the entire management and leadership team pulled together. So over the last year, we ensured that various hiring practices and the various recognition practices were in alignment with these values. We care about people, we're open and honest, we do what it takes, we got each other's backs, and we are continuously improving. And these are, as I said, the core values of the organization as we did in last year's management retreat. So as our chairman stated a while ago, we have a few board members that are here. So I just want to thank the board members that are here for coming. And we do have a board member who has resigned, and we also from the management team would like to thank Tom. He was very specific. He did not mince any words when there was any issues that he had concern around, and we're going to miss that candor from Tom. Our new board member, Justin, thank you very much for joining the team this year, and we hope that you will, similar to Tom, jump in and grab us by the scruff of the neck when when we need a little shaking up, and you give us some advice. So thank you very, very much. So the leadership team that are here with us, a few members of the team. Chairman already did the introductions of myself. So all executive directors highlighted in the middle are in fact here. You came in while we were in the middle of the previous deliberations. Other team members, Leslie, and also our company secretary, Gillian, who's also in charge of marketing and human resources, are also here with us. Other team members may come, not too sure, but we do have supporting team members from the organization that are here. Huh? Sam, yes, so Sam is here. Samantha Jones from our sales and marketing team is here supporting us this morning. So as was said, the highlights for the year, Hortense, our finance manager, will go into a little bit more detail, but the highlights for the year is that year over year, 2019 compared to 2018, the company grew approximately 20%, 19.9 to be exact. Revenues of 340.3 million over the period the year before. Profits, however, dropped by around 10% from the previous period. One of the main reasons was, again, our investments in some tools, investments in people, and also the new IFRS rules and regulations contributed to some numbers being handled differently. There are a few slides with some details on that Hortense will take us through. And as a result of the net profits going down, our earnings per share dipped from 0.26 cents per share in 2018 down to 0.23 cents per share in 2019. So I'm going to just take you through a few highlights of some things that we did throughout the year. We're going to talk about some of our marketing activities, some of our customer CSR, corporate social responsibility activities, and then also take a highlight look on outlook for 2020. Now the interesting thing is that because of the pandemic, our AGM was delayed, so a fair amount of the year has in fact passed already, and so our outlook will encompass some of the things that have happened before so far. So our team continues to grow, and as you see the trend over the last few years, we have 4 years highlighted here. We ended 2019 with 42 persons. As of this meeting right now, we are at around 53 persons, 53 staff members as we continue to grow, as we take on new customers, and as we take on new services, deliver more services to the existing customers that we have. One of the features that we employ in the organization as we continue to improve with our tools and technologies is almost a continuous pulse on the organization as it relates to team engagement. We use an application and a technology called Office Vibe, pretty unique to us. As a matter of fact, we actually received some recognition from it from the HR Association a few years ago. And we take the pulse of the organization on a literally real-time basis. So at the end of 2019, because our focus here is 2019, we were at 7.4, and it's out of 10. The scores are out of 10 in terms of these recordings. And you can see over the years that we've been measuring it, where the numbers have trended. Now, an interesting thing is that, and we didn't have it here because this focus was for 2019, is that during the COVID period, we did see the actual effect on, work from home. We saw when it work from the remote work was brought back into the office, we did see those numbers trend, and next year this time we can feature some of those numbers. Right? Some of the activities that were done with it with respect to team and continue our team growth was a program that we started very late in 2018 and continued in the first quarter of 2019 called Engage and Grow. And the Engage and Grow, we see an image there that was a graduation of that event, where one of the programs that we employed at the organization was to get the entire team involved in all different aspects of what's going on with the company. So just not only their job that they do, but just taking on and understanding other areas and having certain things like leadership acts and some of these things that will get them excited about potential and where they may want to move in the future. So that was the whole engage and grow session. Other things that we do. Other things that we do within the organization and we do pretty well and are a little bit different. We try our very best to focus on health and wellness. It's something that we're promoted in the organization. We encourage our team members to take part in 5Ks and our tTech Fit, because during the period of 2019 we employed a fitness coach to come into the organization, and we had events, fitness events every Tuesday and Thursday evening. We also try our very best to, on a weekly basis, make sure that we do have, the right kind of diet and fruits for snacks in the organization. There's a fair amount of team building and bonding exercises that the organization partakes in doing. And the trainings on continuous improvements are something that, as it said, it's continuous. Work-life balance is something that very important to us, because again, it's feedback out of the Engage and Grow system that we realize that is an area that requires some action, and we have been actually working on it. So very early in the organization's life cycle, even before us taking on these various trainings which highlight some of these needs, the organization had a policy to give your birthday off as a personal day for free. And so that's something that we continue to do. And the remote work option, interestingly enough, that tTech, we've been doing remote work from, teddy, from almost close to inception, within the first 3-4 years of inception. So when the protocols called for remote work, it was almost just a push of a button, almost instantaneous for us to do, because of the tools and technologies that we had in place. The organization continues to recognize team members and commend team members as part of our culture. It's something that anyone that gets any commendation from within or without the organization, it is shared by all. So some of the community work that we've been doing. One of our largest customer is a Reckord group of companies, and that organization continues to host a number of activities downtown Kingston. And because we are also downtown Kingston as our home office, we tend to support, celebrate, contribute to downtown Kingston activities where possible. Kingston Creative Group decided to research globally as to some of the things that help to uplift general downtown areas worldwide, and creating art villages was one of them. So when they came to us to support this activity, it was actually a no-brainer for us to do. And I was going to actually ask somebody to show a demonstration of it, but you know what? Won't bother do it right now. We got involved with this mural and a number of other activities with them, because we were one of what they call their first 50 supporters in their downtown venture. In that this specific mural, if you download the app that's called Artivive, and you hold it up on it, the mural comes alive on your phone. And so it's something that we had hundreds of people downtown at the launch, and there was a lot of excitement around it. And as a matter of fact, I actually tested it earlier, and it works very well still. Artivive, hold it up in front of it, and it gives the whole explanation. The other activities that we supported and worked along with the Grace Kennedy Group was the Grace Kennedy's Foundation Beach Cleanup. And just almost a year to the date, because this happened last year, September 21st, with respect to the fact that our home is actually on the harbour downtown, and we want to ensure that we participate in activities that are in this area. The other activity that we do, so that was with Grace Foundation. This is the Grace and Staff Community Development Foundation now, where we also support, provide gifts, and we participate in sometimes judging these competitions. So this is the annual essay competition, and for the 4th year, last year being the 4th year, we supported and we were part of it. Marketing events are very, very important to us because this is where we generate leads, we share and remind and educate and inform our prospects as how tTech deliver value to our customers. And last year we took part in a large number of activities, just highlighting a few right here. The Jamaica Stock Exchange annual event, that investor event. We did cybersecurity presentations there. Every year around October, the government of Jamaica, through their cybersecurity incident response team, has a awareness month, and we are heavily involved in supporting that, and we're going to be also supporting that again this year with our team. And then of course we've been doing a number of what we call our CIO quarterly insights. A few of them we did that last year. Our biggest event though for the year is our what we call tTech by tTech, which is event, again, inform, educate, one of its kind in Jamaica, where we bring all our customers, our partners, and potential customers in the room to talk about what matters around technology, and again, remind our customers how tTech delivers value. And it's massively important to us. This year we had to go very, very creative because just the week before the event was happened, March 10th in Jamaica, we had patient zero. And then, of course, the day after, March 11th, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic, and so we had to, using the often repeated word, we had to pivot quickly and do an operational pivot to go online and move the TechCon online, which we actually did. So we've been doing internal work continuously as one of our values. We are continuously improving, and the work that the team did internally was recognized externally by some of our partners. And winning this award, which is the Customer Service Association Service Excellence Award in association with PSOJ, was very rewarding to the team that we've been working continuously in improving our response. People hire managed service companies and external IT service companies because of response. And it's something that we've been doing our very, very, very best to improve this response to our customers. Other awards that we won, again, the Fitness Award from the Jamaica Stock Exchange had a 5K downtown, and tTech was actually one of the highest ranking publicly traded companies that were part of it. We're very, very surprised by that phone call. Let's say that we're actually one of the top 3. Other award that we won last year was the American Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Outstanding Corporate Social Responsibility, based upon the range of activities that we have done throughout the year. We're also recognized by the Human Resource Management Association of Jamaica, HR Innovation Award, around using that tool that I mentioned in terms of our continuous pulse on the engagement of our organization. We were recognized internationally also as being one of the top managed service providers globally by an international organization that called Channel Futures, which has an MSP 501 rating. It's been over the last, I think it's 12 years that they've been doing it, and it's our second time being featured in their top 500 globally, and we're very happy and proud of that. So as I said, high-level outlook for 2020, just to give you a few highlights as to some of the things that we've been doing. COVID-19 has been sucking the air out of the room, and so our response has been immediate. We immediately created and activated and expanded our tTech Health, Wellness and Safety Committee, chaired by Monish, and Leslie is a team member. Monish is one of our team members in the HR. She's not here right now, but Leslie's on that team along with other team members. We try to make sure that we have someone from every department part and parcel of that team. And we ensured that we started doing, again, following all the government guidelines that were suggested to us, And the instant that the Prime Minister made the announcement of work from home, we immediately triggered it. And of course, being a technology organization, we got very, very, very busy during that point in time. And a lot of the tools that we were using internally, we were asked to come in and implement those tools for our customers. We did in fact gain some customers during that period of time, because there are people who realize that this technology thing is not as simple as some people make them believe, and they were asked to come in and help them implement some of these tools. So at a high level, you know, the general protocols are there. With respect to, we had to do a mapping of the office, work out the square footage, figure out how many people could actually be in the office at the same time. We have X marks a spot all over the places that people can sit at this point in time to ensure that there's adequate 6 foot square social distancing between each team member. There are masks provided. We have sanitation stations all over the office. So our COVID response was immediate and effective. And so far, I have to knock on wood that we are 100% COVID free, right? Slide. As far as we know. Yes, Chairman, I hear loud and clear. So one of the things that the team decided that we needed to invest in the year was just kind of look around to say, okay, you know, we have year over year done our strategic planning session at the end of the year. And, you know, how do we now ensure that we are effectively executing on the strategy? And so we employed some tools and techniques, and, you know, brought in some business coaches to help us during late last year. So we're actually really and truly effecting it fully this year. It takes 2 years to be implemented, and we had dubbed it internally within the team the tTech LEAP program: Lead, Engage, Achieve, Perform. And throughout this, there's a whole range of components that are involved in it. First, regrouping and taking a look at the culture and looking at the vision and ensuring that really and truly it is where we want to go, and it makes sense with how we execute and what we're doing. So the vision component as part of the lead was something that we had to revamp, review, and ensure that it was the right thing for us. The next thing is the people. We had to do a deep dive review of our entire team. We have a bunch of processes in place now to ensure that, you know, our team gets it, they get the job that they have, and they really want it, and actually, more importantly, that they have the capacity and the capabilities to actually do this job. Once the vision and the people are in place, the next thing is to understand is that if we're looking at the right data, we're measuring the right things, and we have our scorecards and all of those things in place. And those are what we use to drive, manage, execute on our strategy. Once all of those things are in place, what you find happening is that now the issues start to surface. People start to ask questions about how can we improve that, how can we improve this. So we have a methodology now that we've put in place that we call our issues list, that every single solitary week, every Tuesday morning at 7:30, the management team meets, and we look at the issues list and we dig through them very deeply and then solve them. In doing that, we ensure that every new process that we put in place to solve that is adequately resourced and staffed, and we ensure that those are actually the right processes that will help us to deliver on our strategy. And then last but not least is that all of this together has to have some traction on the ground, right? So at a high level, this is a program that we will continue to execute over the next 24-month period. As I say, about 8 or 9 months have gone before. So, you know, just as a reminder, I mentioned about improved response time. So we're doing work to do that for 2020, continuous training of our team, upgrading of our technologies. We've been doing a fair amount of investment in technology and ensuring that we can remotely, because as we grow and scale, it doesn't make sense for our business to be throwing more people at the problem. We have to throw technology at the problem. Always looking for mutual beneficial partnerships, looking to either acquire, looking for strategic partnerships that are out there that are helping us, again, to deliver on the strategy. And of course, we continue. COVID has put a big blooper, barrier in place right now, but we continue to look outside of Jamaica for revenues. One of the things we'd like to announce at this time, as a pre-announcement, if you can call it that, because we're out looking in 2020 as to what we're going to do. tTech will be providing some sort of a data protection, IT compliance as a service. Why is this necessary, and why has this come about as something that we believe is important for us? So Jamaica has finally gone through all the processes of passing our own Data Protection Act. And as a result of that, we are getting questions from customers and prospective customers around, how can you folks help us with being IT compliant? So the data protection has 3 high-level components. There's a legal component. Folks will have to go to their lawyers to make adjustments with certain of their contracts and things in place. There is a new component, which is the data privacy component. And so, our resources in Jamaica around data privacy experts are limited at best. And we have partnered with an external party and an internal party in Jamaica to ensure that we are understanding it fully. And then most importantly, we understand the IT component, and one of our key expertise in this area is IT security. And so we are taking all of that together, and we're going to be going to the market very, very shortly with our data protection, IT compliance as a service. Will that be the final name? I have no idea. I just threw that up there because it is what it is right now. We may come up with some fancy name, DPO as a service, DPO IT as a service, who knows. But we are getting a lot of requests for this, and we understand how to do it. And we are actually beginning the process of doing it internally for our office right now. Right, Leslie? Okay. So we're starting that process right now. So it's very, very exciting for us, and this should keep us, one of the things that keep our security team very, very busy for the coming future.